is Sunup on 7. My name is Renata Samos-Card.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kevin Mendes. Welcome to your Monday episode of Sunup on 7. Thank you so much for welcoming Renata into your space. Ren, let's tease them. What can they expect on today's show?
Excitement is coming your way because do I hear smoking beef? Early in the morning when you just wake up.
Yeah, I think I buy extra just in case.
I know, just in case, because of course, you know what? The serving has to be helping, has to be a good portion where like, make you get the itis afterwards.
Will there be eggs on the side? I am not sure. We're going to find out. Sure. But we also have BTB joining us today to talk about their tour guide licensing clinic. So if you're a tour guide that is looking forward to renewing your license or you want to apply for one, this is an opportunity for you.
All that. And of course, do I hear a golf tournament too as well? Let's get ready for all of that and the excitement that comes with it, guys. You know how this works.
Yeah.
Put your comments in the comment section. Make a live interactive, fun, and respectful, of course. Yeah.
All right.
Got it. All the stuff.
Let's go.
Shall we go now?
That's worth looking for today. Just in time,
and he's here to talk to us
the
about
writing appears on the
show that we're on right now. Tell me.
We're the first ones to see.
And we're going to be talking about the hot shush that has been happening.
The world that we see may seem that will never change. They say, but if you tear down the wall that's blinding us all, you'll see the way today. A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all.
Muy buenos dias, my beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome to your Monday episode. It's June 16th. Once more, I want to say thank you so much for welcoming Renata and I into your space. If you're watching via Facebook, thank you so much. If you're watching via YouTube, we want to channel you to find us on the uncut channel of YouTube for us to stay tuned to Sunup on 7's episode today. With that, let's get started with today's show by having a look at the weather, courtesy of the Belize Met Service.
Moist and unstable conditions will prevail. The forecast is for skies to become cloudy at times, with a few showers and thunderstorms over most areas, but especially over southern districts. High temperatures today will reach around 86 Fahrenheit along the coast, 88 Fahrenheit inland, and 77 Fahrenheit up in the hills. Overnight temperatures will be about 81 Fahrenheit near the coast, 74 Fahrenheit inland, but only 66 Fahrenheit up in the hills. Winds are from the east at 10 to 20 knots. Seas will be moderate, becoming rough at times. Therefore, operators of small craft are advised to exercise caution. A low tide will occur at 2 minutes to 7 this morning, and high tide will be at 1 minute after 1 this afternoon. The moon will set at 10 o'clock this morning, and the sun will set at 6:28 this evening. In the outlook for Tuesday and Tuesday night, some showers and thunderstorms will continue affecting most areas of the country. In the tropical weather outlook, tropical cyclone formation is not expected during the next 48 hours over the North Atlantic Basin. That concludes this morning's weather forecast produced at the National Meteorological Service. For more information, you can log on to our website at nms.gov.bz.
My beautiful viewers, welcome to your Monday episode. It's time for us to have this beef with Jules. Jules, good morning. So the people want to know, how are you serving this beef today? Will it have a side of eggs? How is it going to work out?
I think this beef will be burnt.
Burnt.
You know, from this weekend, I figured that the beef would be burnt. Like, I was like, there's no way Jules can come here and be a civil person. There's no way that
You
he can
serious?
come and
Wow.
not, like, you know.
I thought I was being civil.
No. For this one, I don't think you. I think there's
To
certain
work
things that
on
you
my
have.
civility.
You want to? You sure?
I do.
I know
want
where
to
you
be
can't take lessons. From who you can't take lessons.
From who? Not.
From-
I could take a lesson from Shine Barrow.
Oh,
He's a master of civility.
master.
Master.
So,
And we'll get to him.
We'll get
to
there.
you.
We'll get there eventually. But let's start talking about Jules. 4 diamonds are forever.
4 diamonds are forever. Well, today we want to announce that after long investigation and thanks to our sources, we have the 4 diamonds contract.
Okay.
The 4 diamonds, let's go over it, are one of the companies that received a multi-million-dollar contract, 15 million in their case, from the Belize Airports Authority. That contract is now in suspension, supposedly. Supposedly. And so new contracts will be negotiated. So I should have no interest in this. That is what the government would wish. You know, there's nothing to see here.
Yeah, no, you don't
Nothing
have
to see
you
here.
don't follow the story anymore.
Yeah,
You should
yeah,
tell me.
because it's all, but this contract is important because this contract shows the lengths the government will go to, or the government functionaries, such as statutory boards, will go to enrich and enable friendly, or companies owned by friendly parties. I believe this is a crony contract. Don't start it yet, gentlemen. Don't start it yet. No, not start the engine yet. Let us start at the very beginning, which
Let's
is
do this.
always a
Yeah.
good place to start. if you
Definitely.
Listen to the sound of music. So, I want to explain first that this is a contract between 4 Diamond Security and Belize Airports Authority,
Right.
executed on Christmas Eve, 24 December 2024. 2024, and I think we have the opening page, guys. So, but if we move on, from there, you will see that it says, let me just pull it up here. This contract makes no specifications, makes no stipulations for anything having to do with airport specifics.
Oh.
It doesn't say, well, the cameras have to be positioned in X-ray to capture ABC. It makes very general provisions for security. This contract has nothing specific, because that is why it is a crony contract. Because the main thing is to award the contract and make sure the man didn't get their money. $124,000 a month, $124,610 a month. But it doesn't say. It says that. I want to read the services. On the services, it said that you're responsible for the installation, and there it is on screen, installation, operation, and maintenance of a security system control room at John Grief Airport. Okay. Installation, operation, and maintenance of high definition. That's the only technical specification. High definition. It have to be HD. Well, I just buy a kit off Amazon for 90 US. That is HD. I'm just saying, like, is that really the specification? HD. HD is the global standard. Actually, you know, things will progress to more than that.
Yeah.
For the performance, but what is specific about the guards may be given keys. They may be given keys. Do you hear that? Actual physical keys to offices at the airport's authority premises. Actual keys they may be given. That's the extent of the technical specifications given here. HD, and that they may be given keys. You know what else it talks about? You know what else it talks about? It talks about for the performance, so it says keys. In such cases, the contractor shall issue, and then it says you'll get airside access in the, shall without delay contact the airport's authority, right? But what it says here, contractor's personnel, it makes specification. The contractor shall take reasonable measures on the contractor's personnel, guys, shall take reasonable measures to ensure that the contractor's personnel conform to the moral and ethical conduct and perform the services in a manner that is courteous and polite. So that is, those are the technical requirements, courteous and polite. Your staff must be courteous and polite. If not, you will not get $124,610 a month. This contract is a joke. So that's the 3 specifications that I can find.
Wow.
HD TV, HD cameras, that you may receive certain keys. And you have to give back the key there. That I have that specification also at home, but I don't get paid for it. I'm just saying, and that your staff must perform the services in a manner that is courteous and polite.
Those 2 are very necessary.
This is why they did not want us to see this contract, because this contract stinks. The contract stinks. Payment for contractor services. Now, this is the important part of it.
Okay.
$124,610 a month. $124,610 per month. That's the important part. That they were very specific there. $124,610. So that means up to May, when the contracts were suspended, 124 times 6 is 650,000. Remember, for most of those months, they weren't operational. They just became operational, I believe. I haven't been given any specific information, but I believe in early June they became operational. So for those first 5 months, they were raking in the dough, boy.
Yeah.
Right? 124,610. Bam, bam, bam. That the contract. That is the priority of this contract. The priority is not security, that your cameras have to be installed over at certain positions, that you have to keep your recordings for 1 year or 6 months. Nothing like that is mentioned. Oh, you got your camera up, all right. In the record, not the record, no worries. It doesn't even say that recordings have to be kept.
Yep.
There is no specification. It's not serious. Because the people who are appointed to sit on the Belize Airport Authority Board have no expertise in air travel. It's a minister, close associate, is the chairman, a Brownlee, that the vice chairman. It's just friends and family. One of the shareholders of the company is a member. Let's not forget, right? One of the shareholders of 4 Diamond is a member. I'm just saying, there's no priority on serious business. And again, this contract, of course, is not serious because none of us were ever to see it. This, no hijacking, we would never know. Maybe the services would never be performed.
For that kind of money, I know specifications.
Right, no specifications. But I'm just saying, this is symptomatic. So now, but what they have in here too is confidentiality. Oh, yes, that's important.
All right.
Because we cannot let the public know what we are doing with a public contract. The confidentiality clause is one of the longest. Clause 17, guys, we have clause 17. Now, it may have access to information that is treated as confidential and proprietary by the airport's authority, including, without limitation, the existence and terms of this agreement. Now, if you say, okay, the videos are confidential, the security videos, which it does not stipulate you must record or preserve, but it says that the existence and terms of this agreement, that is illegal. If we can pull up a slide named 7B maybe or 7C, you cannot have confidential documents in this little country called Belize. And I have the number of the file here. Forgive me because you know how we have to put these things together live. But there can be no confidentiality of documents in this country. Let me read to you the law. The law of this country, and I am far from being an expert, but the law of this country states that there can be no document with a confidentiality clause. That is the Freedom of Information Act updated in 2008 because the government at that time was operating in secrecy. And they had all these secret agreements, the accommodation agreement, all these things were secret. So there is an actual clause in the law that says, and I'm trying to find it here, forgive me. There's an actual clause in the law which says that you cannot have any, there's no such thing as a confidential document. And any clause like that is repugnant to the law. So that cannot exist. But yet, here we are, right? They put a confidentiality clause in a matter of public interest. More than that, in the letter to me, responding to my Freedom of Information request, they said, we do not consider it to be in the public interest to disclose these contracts, since BA and civil aviation are in process of contract review and renegotiation, and therefore respectfully decline this request. Right? But I am saying it is in the public interest to exempt the contracts at this time. It is in the public interest at no time. It is in your political interest to not disclose it because these contracts are an embarrassment. These contracts are a blight upon our national conscience. These contracts are chronic contracts for more than $10 million each. But you can't see it because these contracts are an embarrassment. These contracts are a shame. So we will put into the contracts a bogus and unlawful confidentiality clause. And we will say, well, it's in confidence. It's in confidence, really? There's no security thing in here that says, well, boy, we have to redact this because it says how we are going to do this. There's no such thing. And just say, set up a center in San Pedro where you can keep an eye on all these things. Supposedly, the investor has invested $500,000, supposedly. Well, you don't get paid $650, right? So I think you're going to be okay. But my point is that the contract was executed against the national interest, against the public interest, in favor of cronies. The only important things about this contract is you get your money and we sign the contract. Christmas Eve special, just in time for Christmas. If we can go over a couple other parts, it says the location of the aerodromes that they're supposed to put it. It's only 5. It does not include Ranchito or Punta Gorda. We don't want to strain the contractor. Yeah. Right?
That's too much work.
That's too much work.
Just a 124.
Just a measly 124,000.
That's too much. Nah.
That is too much.
I have to raise the price if that's the case.
Right. Exactly. That's 124,000. And there you can see the contract is signed. I think we have the page with the signatures, guys, and the stamp. And then on the very last page, you have the author of the contract. So that's a signatory.
I saw some people have been asking who
the author of the contract. There it is. Next page, gentlemen. This agreement was prepared and drawn for one of the parties concerned by W.A. Lindo LLP, attorneys at law, etc. William Alden Lindo, attorney at law. Awesome. You know why it's awesome? Because he gets on the board. When the board is reconstituted after the great general election, the great apostasy, the great general election in March of 2025, William Alden Lindo gets put on the board. He gets put on the board.
That drafted the contract.
And so he's on the board, the architect of this contract. I'm told the other contract resembles this one closely. And so the architect of the contract for Four Diamonds gets put on the board. And so does the co-owner of Four Diamond Security, gets reappointed to the board, Nigel Bulwa, the brother-in-law of the Minister of Tourism, Anthony Mahler. Okay. He gets reappointed to the board. So it's a Four Diamonds, four corners. They got your boxing.
Yes.
In defense of William Alden Lindo, he resigned from the board because I guess he said, you know, it it seemed wisest for him to do so. So he resigned from the board shortly after being appointed. And he was wise to do so. He says he resigned 2 days before they issued the contract, issued the document, the press release saying, we're suspending these contracts and we have to look at these contracts more closely. These contracts weren't issued properly. So let us go over it in summation. The contract that they denied us for no good reason, that they refused to disclose to the public on a legitimate FOIA request. The contract is now exposed, and one can see that it is not even worth the paper it is written on, except for the... I'm saying that because it has nothing to do with airport security. It has nothing, it has no specificity.
Yeah, it doesn't say about the preparation of the staff, the scoring, how they're going to be evaluated.
Nothing.
Yeah.
But I missed a very important feature.
What is
One
that?
thing it says, more than being a 10-year contract, it also says, it stipulates that the contract can be renewed. It's rolled over.
Oh.
The contract is rolled over unless the contractor, unless the contractee declines, and they have a period of review. But there is a rollover. Gentlemen, we have that page, I believe. There is a rollover in the contract. That after 10 years, the contract roll right over again. 10 years is the life of 2 governments.
Yes.
The people only make a vow with politicians for 5 years. But, and this contract is already 10 years. Rollover clause. It can be rolled over. Right? So these are the reasons why this was kept from the public view.
Yeah, makes
Right?
sense.
So initial period here, it says here, this contract between the contractor and airports authorities shall be for an initial period of 10 years from the date hereof, which shall be renewed automatically. Which shall be reviewed automatically. It's right above the line termination in the contract, guys. The contract between the contractor and airports authorities shall be for an initial period of 10 years, which shall be renewed automatically unless either party in writing before the expiration of the term gives notice of its election not to renew. So this is automatic renewal. After 10 years, after $15 million is paid. And of course, you can make adjustments. The contract provides that they can have annual reviews to increase the price.
Oh.
As maybe, oh no, I'm 4K, with the upgrade to 4K now. Okay, yeah, just increase the price. This is why the contract was kept from the public view.
Yeah.
This is why they tried to hide this contract. Because these companies have been collecting for months without doing work. And had there not been a hijacking, which changed our history significantly, but had it been successful, or had there been a tragedy, God forbid, our country would not be the same today. You are, while the contract is in effect, you know, oh no, the play, man. Oh no, the play. This government is not serious. Oh no, the play, and it turns out that then they play with people's life. There is nothing in this contract that says, listen, man, we want this thing locked down tight. We want ranchito. We want PG. We want to have oversight on everything. We want people to be screened with XY provisions. There is nothing in any of these contracts about TSA certification or that they must meet some TSA standard, right?
Yeah.
TSA is the Western Hemisphere standard for airport security as set by the US. There is nothing in this contract about that. That is why they could not give me the contract, because the contract is an embarrassment. It is a chronic contract. And the author of this contract was rewarded for his fine work on this contract,
I'm sure,
by being asked to serve on the board of the BAA. Again, he resigned. But that is how the whole thing set up. You said we weren't supposed to know any of this.
Yeah, yeah.
And right now, my children, we are just picking at the toenail of the fetid corpse of a kleptocracy. I'm sorry for the graphic imagery so early in the morning.
On the hoof of the beef, which is of the cow.
But this on the hoof of the cow.
yeah.
But I am saying that don't take it lightly when I say that because I have been involved in the exposure of this contract and other egregious things, because there are so many things that have been exposed. Let's go over it. Nigel Bulwa, board member. I believe he may have recused himself from the voting. We don't know. We've asked for the minutes. And those minutes, I want to know what was the Prime Minister's knowledge and involvement. He has said he did not know anything.
No, yeah.
And I demand to see the minutes. And we have requested it via Freedom of Information. There can be no secrets here. I want to know, did the Prime Minister know? Because he has denied it. But there's credible information which suggests that he knew all about the conduct and the awarding of these contracts. And we must see the minutes. This is not done yet. But if we go over it, Nigel Bulwa, board member, co-owner, half owner of Four Diamond. Ian Cal is the owner of iSecurity, formerly owned up to 2022 by Minister Kevin Bernard. Ian Cal and Kevin Bernard are close political allies in their constituency. Minister Kevin Bernard said he no have none to do with the award of the contract. Okay, sir, I must take you at your word.
Yeah.
But we cannot ignore the fact. Why was this company given a 6-figure prepayment before elections? So those are the things we must ask. Now we know, we have seen the contract. We know that the person who drafted the contract was asked to serve on the board. None of these facts would have been known because the board has not been announced, you know.
That is true.
That is private business. That is the government's private business.
even know about
That's not
that.
your business. These people hold a public trust. When you are appointed to a board, it is for your expertise in the public interest.
Yeah.
No announcement made of any board. None whatsoever. So the membership of this board would never be known. I found out through my own sources that Mr. Lindo was appointed the architect of the contract. I'm saying there is no spirit of responsibility to public disclosure. We run this how we see fit. Let's move on because time is running out.
Let's move on.
And one of,
Yeah.
I know your favorites, right?
Oh, gosh.
The UDP.
Oh, gosh.
What? No, this is for me.
Just like, oh gosh.
What a mess.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you want to start. You're stuff from the beginning, but this one,
Oh, my goodness. Oh, boy. Well, okay. So remember the UDP had, hold on the footage, guys. The UDP had on Saturday a National Party Council. This is the Shine Barrow UDP. Shine as leader, Alberto August as acting chairman. And, you know, Hugo Pat tried to assert to his members, do not attend this meeting. Boycott the meeting. But obviously Shine Alberta will hold the meeting. And then Tracy's faction decided we unblock the meeting because they aren't invited. That meeting does not include Tracy Panton, does not include Godwin Haylock, it does not include Lee Mark Chang.
None of them.
You all did not happen. And so Tracy Panton, her team led by Yellow Man, I mean, that's what I'm saying. That I mean, when Yellow Man is in charge of strategy
Yeah, wow, yes.
and your operations on the ground, it won't end well.
Yeah.
chaos, expect that.
Expect chaos. But they decided to block the meeting and to demand entrance to the meeting. I don't know. It's so confusing because it would have been best to just leave the man. Make you have a meeting, do not meet quorum. Then for quorum, they need, I believe, half of the NPC, which is like 130 people, so I need 65 or 66.
Yeah.
They would not have met quorum,
But yet,
right? They would have fallen by their own weight of stupidity. But, Tracy, they had this big militant showing, you can show some of the footage now, it evolved into total chaos. Let me tell you how bad it got.
Tell us.
A door was kicked down. When Shine is leaving, Shine's vehicle was stoned with eggs. You can see the stain there. And we got this footage from Hot Off the Press, respect to them. But hold on, we'll see when Shine is coming down. Kenworth Tillett is trying to clear the way for him. And he'll be walking out shortly. They stoned his vehicle with egg as he was leaving the UDP headquarters. This is the problem, that how bad it got. There are armed people around there, people with licensed firearms.
Wow.
They feel that they were trapped inside the UDP headquarters. These are people who are loyal to Shine, right? And they're here, Shine leaving, they're shouting, it's a lot of noise, it's total chaos. And as he pulls out, they're stoning his vehicle. The situation was as bad as this, that his loyalists felt they were trapped inside.
Yeah.
They have weapons. They have licensed firearms. And they felt Tracy's group was holding them hostage inside. They were prepared to fire warning shots.
Wow.
One person, Jose Ukespat, I understand some counteraction happened. You can see the egg stains on the vehicle there.
Yes.
And they stoned it as he was leaving. You're leaving your own party headquarters, and they stone it, right? So it's a total mess, but it was so dangerous because the police refused to do anything. Because, listen why the police refused to do anything. Because I said last time I tell you with the trespass. Because remember last time it was ownership dispute.
Oh, yes.
Shine was claiming the headquarters and Tracy was claiming the headquarters.
Yes.
And I think OJ filed one of his famous lawsuits for accusing the police of trespassing. Or someone made such accusation. So the police said, and they're happy to do so, we will not do anything.
Yeah.
No, there are gang elements here. There are UDP faithful with loaded weapons here.
Wow, look at that.
And the police refuse to get involved. But you know why? Because the government of the day needs a political distraction.
Yep. And they're just feeding right into it.
They love it. Anybody here talk about airport contract? Total waste of time. The UDP, it is like, let's compare it to a basketball game. When the election is when the ball goes up in the air. And the PUP control it. So they have the ball on one end of the court, and then they score. They only have 6 UDP to play defense panel. Right? 5 UDP to play defense. And they're just running up the score. Then they score 1 million. Shine and Alberto are on the other side of the court with no ball. The people have already said we do not want Shine. The voters. But he right down there he pretend to have a whole game, he and Alberto. Then they honor him with no ball. The next side they score 1,000 points. And Shine and Alberto are on the side of the court with no basketball, no possession, no fans. The fans don't tell them get off the court. So Tracy's here complaining that her people were attacked. We'll have it on the news later. Tracy was in a rage. But I want to finish the analogy.
Go ahead, yeah.
They have nothing, no public following, no relevance, no credibility. They are all on the side of the court without the ball. They fight. While the PUP is on the other side, they run up on 1,000 points. These people are not serious.
Yeah.
The UDP is not even the United Dysfunctional Party. It is the United Disastrous Party. Then, oh God, I don't know. No. In a long enough timeline, any jackass is electable, and the UDP will learn that someday they will be re-elected. But this crowd here, not one mention of one salient public issue. Everything that, shine this, shine that, Tracy this, Tracy that. Total waste of time. I would say, hopefully for the last time. Oh, and Shine put out a statement saying, oh, but we had on the agenda today that we were going to welcome back Tracy Benton. Well, why you got Jose Ukespatin at the meeting? Oh, she will have to run in a convention. The leader of the opposition will have to run in a convention against a man who get 21 votes.
Make no sense.
down from his previous high of 50. I'm just saying, yeah, we want to end the expulsion. We want to welcome them back, my brother. You are focusing on a side of the court with no ball, no fans, no nothing.
Yeah.
And you are there saying, this is for we side of the court. Nothing is going to happen with you. The day after election, you are DED. When you lose an election, they put a hole in your face. DED. He can't say that. No, I'm still the leader. I'm here. They're going to have to come through me.
That's true.
Insane in the membrane. Go fryer.
He even had this shirt that says Barrow PL. Did you see it?
Yeah, his shirt now has a Mesopotamia crisp. His insanity is now
Yes.
so entrenched, it is to a point of malignancy.
It's in his attire. Like,
Yeah, party leader. And then when he sent out the lawyer letter, Honorable Dr. Shine Barrow, you are not honorable, sir. You're not in the house, but this clinging to delusion. Anyway, that's a financial problem.
Yeah.
I know I raise my blood pressure over there. They are lost and cannot be found. Write off.
Yeah.
Total write-off. In my mind, a totally
They're worse
bad
than
move by Tracy as well. Usually, I just make the thing crash my own. But, you know, that's my feeling. But anyway, hopeless.
Jules, let's move on to talk about the bus thing will not work.
Yeah, so we'll start to go through these things quickly because I've taken up way too much time talking about this salacious contract.
Yeah.
The bus thing will not work because... Yeah, I think that Dr. Zabane has been here talking about this national bus line he wants to create. He wants to buy up all them manual bus.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense.
Yes.
Because,
None.
you know, having those buses, you're buying a headache. No, who will buy a old, broke down vehicle? My point is, and that's a Floralia, who we know are having their own problems now with just natural wear and tear and difficulty to get parts, that kind of thing. My point is that Dr. Zabane has been on the show explaining the plan that he wants to create this national bus line. The bus owners have rejected it. The bus owners are not with the plan.
They don't want to be part of that. Yeah.
Right? They sent out a release, but it is such a... I don't know why they're pursuing this very ill-advised business proposal, but the bus owners are saying, listen, the problem is commuters are price sensitive. Most of them are students and workers who do not want to pay or who are not able to pay for the price of a higher end bus. Right? This is the argument
Yeah,
they
it's the
continue to make. The point is that for our good commuters, and many of them are our friends and family, and our co-workers and employees, there is no relief in sight.
No.
That is true.
They are rejecting the proposal that is, so I believe the status quo will remain. And, you know, we'll just continue to go back to the drawing board. I don't think that's going anywhere. That proposal for this national consolidation and merger of all these bus lines and buying up all these old assets. I think they're having a meeting today, or a meeting will be held with the Minister of State and the Ministry of Finance to tell them where the money will come from to buy the new buses, but I don't know. It doesn't seem encouraging. Let's move on.
Next one. And then, of course, the Compal versus Dean Flowers.
Yeah, so, you know, the Commissioner of Police put himself in a very, to my mind, a very tricky position. What do I mean by that? He put himself in a tricky position because he went and said things about the PSU president's phone records that he does not have access to because they're asking for a court order. So that means that you don't know who the man they called in. So you are tracking, let us be clear, you are monitoring the phone calls of union leaders in our country. Okay, without a court order. That is very sinister, and you know this.
Yes.
All over the world, who are they coming for next? Journalists? Then they track my phone? This is very sinister, and it was very ill-advised, in my mind, of the commissioner to say something like that because he feel hurted by what the influencers say about him. This is the one job you can't catch feelings, brother.
Yeah.
Because everything that goes wrong is your fault. Right? And because he felt hurted by what the influencer said about him, he went and said something to me very ill-advised. I don't know that he has basis in fact. Even if he does, it's an ongoing investigation. And the commissioner has put himself now in the middle of a PUP political campaign where he is the tip of the spear, the commissioner of police. The PUP are making ads now against the influencers.
Yes.
Desperate for distraction. That's politics. Are running ads, questioning the influencers about this and using the commissioner's words. So the commissioner, very early into his tenure, has allowed himself to be used as a political mascot. That trivializes his post and exposes the ill-advised nature of that statement he made about an ongoing investigation without any basis in fact or without any credible body of evidence. And he did this in anger and in hurt.
Yeah.
He did it because he may feel hurted at how the influencers spoke about him. Very slippery slope, in my opinion, when you start to say, we know who they call, who the union leader they call, or who the family they call, or whatever the assertion is, because next they're going to say, we know who the journalists they call, then we know who the civil society leaders they call.
Yes.
And indeed they may, because of course they're tracking phone calls, but not everything good for hear, good for talk.
That is
Yeah.
true.
So moving on. Let's go.
Let's talk about BTL's big gamble.
Boy, this BTL thing, this is causing me a lot of stress, man.
Why is that?
It's really causing me a lot of stress. There's a public concern, right? Recent media speculation and potential consolidation in the broadband, cable, and mobile telecom, right? So any potential future consolidation will be guided by the goal of strengthening our national telecoms. All right, so as I've said, and this did not dispute what I said, that it is being discussed at the highest level, at the highest corporate level of BTL, a massive amalgamation or a consolidation of cable, internet, and phone to create once more a national monopoly. Now, we all know that a monopoly is against the instincts of consumers. We've been told for so many years that competition is what drives good service.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And this will contradict that. And, it's complicated on many levels. But I want to make clear, my greatest concern is if you put all the cable services, all the internet services into the hands of a company, BTL, that is politically run. Under the current circumstances, you are creating a monopoly that can say, Jules Vasquez, Channel 7, you tick me off today, cut him on the cable.
Yes.
Cut him on the service. And you know how I know this? Because the day after ads started airing, we air ads, guys. We air ads. Channel 7 airs all kind of ads. Once it is not libelous, defamatory, whatever. We air ads saying all kinds of things about all kind of people. That's the game of politics. That's how we make money. We play no fair or favor, except fear of the court. But the day after ads started airing last week about this proposed potential consolidation, BTL cut the ads on Channel 7. Cut the ads now. Cut the ads now. Make them dead. Make them suffer. Make them can't pay their employees. Cut their ads. No BTL no advertise on Channel 7 out of charity. They advertise on Channel 7 because Belizeans watch Channel 7. And they sell services to Belizeans. It's a services contract. Right? They don't advertise. They don't have to love us.
It's business.
It's business.
Yeah.
But the day after, because the chairman feel our way, because they refer to him in the ad as Senator Bacon, which is his professional political name. Brother, all of we got name either Manatee boy. I don't care. All of we have our name. But because Senator Bacon don't like when they call on that, he cut the ads. And I am telling you, when they form a national cable monopoly, and they don't like what Jules has said a morning, or they don't like what Moses said a morning, cut the signal.
Yeah.
Deprive the people the service. Cut the internet. Cut
Censorship,
this,
they will
cut that.
Yes,
This is a very chilling situation.
it is.
It
Yeah.
is.
To create a monopoly that controls everything about what people see and what people experience. Because it says if it offends us, if it offends the corporate and political gods, cut it. You never talk about chairman, you talk about the deputy, Millen, the great Millen. You talk about Millen, cut it. Choke them. Deprive them of their lifeblood, which is advertising.
Yeah.
And I am telling them no. They're selling this whole consortium of cable interests. And they're selling, we are shuttles. Channel 7 is one of their shuttles. All the broadcast stations, we don't get paid. They pay HBO. These cable companies, the cable operators, they pay HBO. They pay ESPN. They pay Turner. They pay Cartoon Network. They pay Home and Gardening TV. They pay them for their signal. Because they are first world. They even paid HBO reparations for years of stealing, for years of pirating. They have never paid us. They do not pay us. They have never reached a civil agreement with us. The Belize Cable Television Operators Association.
Okay.
Because we are shuttle. We are now being sold as shuttle. As property. Like the slave days. We are being sold. Well, I tell them no. Anything you know to buy, you know to buy Channel 7. You can come and do business with us. We can reach an agreement like you did with the HBO when you pay them reparations and they pay HBO annually in US dollars for their precious signal that nobody no watch because everybody pirate. The high seas, brother. So we will not be sold, or Channel 7 will not be sold as shuttle. Because that's a part of the package.
Yeah.
We're selling you these cable services, inclusive of Love, Creme, Channel 5, Channel 7, Plus TV, whichever others, CBTV. We're selling this.
Yeah.
You cannot assume
Yeah.
that you are buying Channel 7. You must negotiate with us and the other operators. So, we really need some clarity on this, but the Prime Minister is the Minister of the PUC, the Prime Minister is the Minister of Broadcasting, the Prime Minister's family is co-owner of these companies. So,
Yeah.
and he appoints the PUC, he appoints the BTL board.
Yeah.
Like, bro, come clean, man.
Yeah.
Come to the people, tell us the truth.
That's true. But what
Yeah.
also comes with a monopoly of censoring what information people get, right? So there comes the indoctrination of the way how you want your community to think, what information they have access to, and all of these things, which is,
It's very chilling.
it's very chilling, it's very sinister.
And
yeah.
everything we have been told for the past 30 years has been that we don't want monopolies. We want consumers to have a
Yeah.
choice.
Exactly.
That is what drives competition. That's what drives innovation. And that is also what drives plurality of opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? That you can have a plurality of opinion. You can have a plurality of choices.
Yeah.
So I'm saying they have to come clean. They have to come clean. But I've taken up too much time. What's next?
What's next? The Sugar Corps.
Sugar Commission of Inquiry, I'll make this quick. Sugar is in a crisis. I'll make it quick. Oh, no, laugh after me. I know when I say that famous last words. Boy, Shine just sent me a text saying I'm the insane one. You're right, brother. But I know to try to pretend to be leader. Shall I read his messages? Let me read them.
please.
You are the insane one. Your insane logic is the reason for corruption. You complain about every morning. You don't really care about justice unless it involves someone you like. Oh man, I like you, Shine. I want justice for you, brother. Oh, the voters already gave you that. Come in third and send me a message. Anyway, I want to talk about the Commission of Inquiry, right?
Yeah, the Commission
So-
of Inquiry, yeah.
You know, this is one of the worst years ever in our sugar industry. The TC, tons of cane per tons of sugar, TCTS, is the second worst in history. Only worst time was in 2010 when Belcogen first started out. But there's a possibility that production may go down to close to 500,000 tons. And the mill cannot operate efficiently at that. Sugar is in a crisis. We know the weather conditions, we know all types of, we know this. But the Prime Minister, he is always talking about, the Prime Minister is always talking about the waste of money. Janelle Chanona, the Senate, the probe into the genesis of the definitive agreement. That was 10 scandals ago, sorry. The genesis, so the Senate Special Select Committee probe. Every time the Prime Minister talks, they're wasting money, they're wasting money. Oh, they're wasting money, it's a waste of money. Well, okay, it's a waste of money because your Minister of State walked away from them. He's publicly paid, but he's not answerable. It's a waste of money because you refuse to appear. But he not said nothing about the Commission of Inquiry that he has refused to release the findings of. You, Mr. Prime Minister, who are so vigilant about money being wasted. They wasted, in your words, a lot of money on the Commission of Inquiry. Please circulate the report and make us start at least talk about that. I know I have seen the report. To me, it doesn't change anything. But they refuse to ventilate it publicly and to say we did this exhaustive process. Hundreds of hours were spent. Let us at least talk about this seriously. But again, the government is not serious.
I don't care.
Just run that, just take up some time with that. Make Kanyero stop complaining. All right. We'll deal with that later. Be serious, Breads.
Yeah.
Be serious. Anyway, that's it. My gosh, I've said too much. This beef was terrible. Salty and charred, and I upset Shine. That really hurts. It was terrible. I'm really sorry. I want to apologize for my own stupidity, but most of all, I want to apologize to Shine for not being a good
We
person.
had one more, you know.
We have one more? What is
Yes,
it?
the curious case of the SRH fence.
Oh, yes, the curious case of the Southern Regional Fence. First, I want to commend the Minister of State for Economic Transformation for being some kind of miracle worker. He made $48,000 somehow create this fence that costs over $100,000. I've spoken to multiple people. More than that, the contract for the $48,000 was signed 1 week after the fence finished.
Yeah.
Amazing work.
How can you have, where does the money come from is my question. Where does the money come from for a fence that is finished 1 week before the contract? The contract is for the roof and the drain, which still have not been fixed. Because you said you were repurposing funds, you said you have the right to do that.
Yeah.
That's, from what I know, questionable. You see them working on the roof there, but that's, I believe, to install solar panels. But my point is, and we shot this footage just a couple days ago, but my point is that how can you have a contract in 14th day of March for $48,000, which you said these funds were eventually used for the fence, when the fence was finished in early March. The fence was finished a week before this contract was signed for over $100,000. So Osman Martinez, I want to say, he's doing miracles. Where does the money come from? The fence costs $100,000 plus, at least, right? Anybody you show that fence to on the dimensions will tell you it costs $120,000 maybe. Osman made it happen without funds because the funds came on March 14th, and he made it. So I want to commend him. for working so miraculously
Yeah.
in the public interest. But, these stories raise a lot of questions because, I really don't understand it, and I'm studying it quite closely. And hopefully we can get an answer for it. But so far, we just have to say he's like Jesus, and he said that himself. He said he's relatable to Christ, and the other guy was Judas. And I want to say Christ multiplied loaves, he's multiplying money.
Yeah.
In the public interest.
In the public interest, yes.
Here, here.
Yep.
That was never supposed
Good.
to be a
Say no more, I'm out. God.
All right, so
somebody
that
please cancel me
you wrap
immediately.
up the
If I
beef?
come here next week, gonna chase me off.
You sure?
Please, man, no make a come back
But
here.
if something happen again,
Nothing can happen. I spoke to the PM.
it's
We're
just
going to
one.
take a break. We're going to take a break.
You
Everything.
sure?
Yeah, everything. We're done. I'm done. I've been come here like 6 weeks in a row.
That is true.
the country has been.
It's
having
just
a lot
Monday, just so you know.
It's just Monday.
It's just Monday.
People are asking me to check your pressure.
It's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, but what happens this week? Also, we're celebrating our Sunup on 7's 4th anniversary.
Yes, we're celebrating Sunup
4
on Saturday.
years.
Is it this week or next Monday?
Next week,
Yeah.
Friday.
We're in this celebratory week.
We are.
That's big, yeah. And so congrats to you all. How many years is it? 4?
4 years
Cuatro.
already?
My goodness, wow, that's pretty incredible.
yeah.
You all haven't aged a day. Same for me.
We only get better, Jules.
We only get better.
Indeed.
Only get better,
definitely.
yeah.
So
So,
Jules is fine, guys. For everybody that's been querying and asking her.
I am 100. I know fine. I could go run a mile right now.
You and Shine, one after the other. I just want to see who would have win that race.
we have a sunrise to share with you as we wrap up the Monday morning beef. And the sunrise is all the way from Australia.
Yes, Sydney, Australia.
Sydney,
Look at
Australia.
that.
So let's cue in the sunrise. All right, and it's courtesy of Kenjane Vasquez. Okay.
Velasquez.
Okay.
Because Jules are on minute away.
And with that, we go to our first commercial break. When we're back, with conversations with BTB talking about their tour guide licensing clinics. Stay tuned for that conversation.
Hi, have you heard about the expungement of criminal records? Well, as of August 1st, 2024, the Criminal Records Rehabilitation of Offenders Act allows for you to apply to have certain criminal charges permanently erased from your record. Isn't that amazing? So, what makes you eligible to apply for expungement? The offense must qualify for expungement based on Schedule 2 and 3 of the law. You must meet the applicable rehabilitation period. This is the time period you must wait before you can apply. The applicant must not have any outstanding matters or have had any other convictions during the rehabilitation period. You can qualify for automatic expungement for certain first-time drug offenses, as well as COVID-related offenses. So, what are the benefits of expungement? Well, it broadens employment and educational opportunities that a criminal record would normally hinder. It gives you a peace of mind, away from the stigma of having a criminal conviction, and provides you with access to services that may be otherwise restricted. If you have a past criminal conviction, here's what you can do to get it expunged. First, verify if you qualify for expungement. Then, prepare the application package. Each package consists of 2 forms. Applications are available countrywide. You then make a non-refundable payment of $100 at your nearest Treasury Department and finally submit the package and payment receipt to any Ministry of Human Development office countrywide. Note, applicants will receive a notification within 90 days to see if their application was approved or denied. So, if you are interested, visit any Human Development office countrywide, any magistrate court, or the Ministry of Home Affairs office in Belmopan. For more information, you can call 227-2716 or you can WhatsApp 613-0343.
Let's all be safe during the rainy season. Belize Electricity Limited reminds you that heavy rains can cause flooding in your neighborhood and on roads. Avoid driving or walking in flooded areas, which can have hidden dangers such as debris and fallen power lines. Belize Electricity Limited cares about your safety. Please stay safe.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corzal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sherry Kelso,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Good morning, my beautiful people. Welcome to your Monday episode of Sunup on 7. Just before the commercial break, we had a slapping beef, courtesy of Jules, and we move on to a great conversation now talking about BTB's tour guide licensing clinic. So if you are somebody that wants to renew your tour guide license or somebody that for the first time thinking about applying for one, it's a great conversation for you. And joining us on our couch, you have Ms. Mary Connors, Cruise and Capacity Development Licensing Officer. A big title. Wow. Mary, good morning. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us on this
thank
Monday.
you too.
And next to you, we have Ms. Sharima Lizama, also Cruise and Capacity Development Licensing Officer. Good morning. How are you doing, Ms. Lizama?
Doing good. Doing good.
Thank you so much.
For having us.
Thank you so much also for bringing this conversation to the show. Today, we're going to start talking about why should somebody apply for a tour guide license to start with?
So, first of all, BTB is having their third annual licensing clinic.
Okay.
Starting next month, in full month of July. We're encouraging tour guides to come out first time, new renewal, to come out with their application, to be vetted, to get approved and get their license on the spot.
Okay.
I want to ask, because I know you said the third time. So how have been the previous years before? Like, I know you've probably been very selective on like which month to do it and all of that too, as well, to try to get people. So like, talk to us about that thought process, but also how it has been in the past? Because we're at the third, so obviously something had to go good to make it reach. Yeah, 3.
Yes.
Right. So the idea was to make it convenient for them, easier for them to get their license. So instead of sending it in and, and having to wait a few days to receive your license, you could get it the same day. And so the first one we did, we had like over 500 people attend. And then by the second year, we had over 1,000.
It was double that.
So we have that much tour guides?
Yeah, I just want to say, I didn't know there was so much tour guides.
And then by this year, we're expecting more because now the word has spread more that it's better to do it this way, right? And so we at this present time we have 2,776 tour guides
that's
licensed
right now.
now.
And then this is also for people that want to be the first time applicant too. So like it's not just for those that are like getting renewals. So there could be, the numbers could increase.
Yeah. Right, because remember we keep having training. So we have new guys who just maybe finished their training course, and so now they're applying for their license. So yeah, that's why we're opening it up to new applicants, because we do have new people joining the tour guide field.
So amazing.
Yeah.
And I love that you could see gradual increase too as well. Like the numbers show that obviously this has been effective. So, and I like that you said it's bringing the services to them. So on that same note, like where are we going? Because it's a whole month. We're doing from July 1st to July 31st. So that's a lot of ground to cover, I would say.
So the first spot will be Belize City. Will be an IT vet. So that will be July 1st. Then we go to Corozal. We just adding Corozal. Last year we didn't have 2 districts, Corozal and Hopkins.
And you get so much already last year.
Yes. A lot of people was giving us feedbacks that they want us to reach out to different other locations. So we're adding Corozal this year. So after that we're going to Orange Walk.
Okay.
Then go to Kaya for 2 days. Then the rest of the other country we'll do Belmopan, Placentia, Hopkins, PG, Dangriga, then back to Belize City. The last day will be Belize City. So
we start off and we end off in Belize City.
All right. What are the benefits of somebody having a tour guide license?
So the benefit is that nobody should be conducting a tour without a license.
Start with, very
right?
good.
That's the first thing. And it's a good field to be working in, because you get to interact with the guests and people. And if you're a really good people person, it's a good field to be in.
Somebody's asking if, like, you finish the course, is the license automatic, or do you still, like, you have to apply?
You need to apply.
Okay.
First time renewal, you need to apply, no matter what.
Okay.
The application, you need a police record, a medical certificate, a valid certificate. Remember, police record is only valid for 6 months. The medical certificate is between 3 years. We make sure they go check their health, they're fit to be a tour guide. So they need to do that.
So yeah, within 3 months, it's a 3 months one. Yeah.
You have your first aid, first CPR, dive masters. If you're conducting dive tours, so you need to have that dive master to have that.
Yeah, fill out the application form and send in your payment to $75 payment. And if you have a picture, because we want to update the pictures on your license. Okay, people looks change over the years.
Yeah.
So
we're smiling on a picture. I just try check.
Yes, you can smile.
Because passport photos.
No, because passport photos are nice and they make you smile, so you can smile.
Yeah,
I love that.
you can smile.
I love this.
Okay. So the clinic started on July 1st to the 31st. What documents should people present whenever they're going to come and apply for their license? You already shared some. Yeah.
Okay, so your application form, you fill it out and you make sure it's signed and dated.
Okay.
Your police record, like you said, valid for 6 months. So it has to be a valid police record. Your medical certificate has to be signed by a doctor.
Okay.
Your CPR first aid, you have to be 2, because some people only come with 1. So we always have to remind them it has to be 2, right? And then your tour association letter from a tour guide association, and your payment, and like I said, the picture. And if you're a new tour guide, you have to bring additionally proof of citizenship, which are a copy of your passport, your social security, or your birth certificate. Also, your recommendation letter from a working tour guide, a licensed tour guide in the area, and proof that you have completed the training. So, a copy of your BTV grades or certificate.
Wow, very good. Okay, thank you so much for that.
Yeah, I like. I didn't know there were so much things that
Yeah.
allow you to, or is needed in the package to get the license. But I think they're necessary things too as well, because you're taking people on a tour, so you're responsible for
Yeah.
lives, and so it's necessary to have these first aid, the CPR, all these different things. Like you said, a dive master license. All of these things are necessary. You can't just do it because when you think about tourists, local and abroad, they're supposed to be in the hands of whoever.
Safety.
Safety is important.
Yeah, but also sharing the correct information about your country is also very, very important, right?
That's why they do the course.
Yeah,
That's why you have to do
definitely.
that course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, can you mention a series of forms that people need to fill out? Where are these forms available?
Oh, they're right on the BTB website.
good.
You go
Okay.
to licensing, look for tour guide, look for forms, and all the forms are listed right there.
Oh, that seems like a very easy
Yeah,
direction.
Definitely.
Very
Yes,
easy.
Everything is in one.
And this, mark your calendar. All of this is again on the BTB's
The web-
Facebook page.
It's
It's
already website.
On the website.
On the website.
So you can
And we
see where
send
you're
it
gonna
on
be.
Facebook.
All right.
I love this.
Very good. Okay. Did we miss out any other information you think is very important for us to
That's good.
share today?
Oh, one more thing, because I know you said it's a day. So like when we're looking at day, like what time would we start to end more or less?
So I could give you the list of where we'll be, the dates where we'll be, and all of them start, well, most of them start from 9 to 5.
Okay.
Only two of them will start at 10 to 6, will be Cayo, the first day in Cayo,
Okay.
and in Dangriga.
Okay.
But everywhere else is 9 to 5. So Belize City will be July 1st, and then Corozal will be July 2nd, Orange Walk, July 3rd, Cayo, July 7th and 8th. And then Punta Gorda, July 10th, Dangriga, July 15th, Hopkins, July 16th, Placencia, July 17th, Belmopan, July 21st, San Pedro, July 22nd, Kikaka, July 29th, and Belize City, July 31st.
Also Kikaga. Oh, nice. Oh, no, really, they go to the people.
Yes, yes. That is
That's the main idea.
The main idea. So
Because
make
we
it easy for
realize
them.
people don't know how to deal with the technology. We have
Right.
all the tour guides, so it's easier for them to bring in their application
And just get it
so we
done.
get it done for them faster.
Okay. I have one question from our viewers, and they're asking if there's a directory where you can know who is a licensed tour guide.
Also, you can find it on BTB website. So if you want to hire a tour guide through a tour operator company, remember all tour guides need to work underneath that tour operator.
Okay.
So if you want to know if they're a licensed tour guide, you can go on the website.
Okay. All right. That's good to know.
Okay, so for people out there that like are questioning, like they're trying to book a tour, that's
You have
nice
to book a
information.
tour
Yes,
underneath
yeah.
the tour operator.
Okay, so
Very
not just
good.
anybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So definitely, and then I love how people are advertising. If you want your first aid or CPR, call ABC Life Support. You know what?
Yes.
Yeah, of
Book
course.
it, guys. Get everything together one link to
Right.
as well.
So bring it in and get it done same day.
Love it. And July 1st is coming up very soon. So for people
Right.
that are, you know,
Next 2
getting
weeks.
ready,
Oh, yeah.
please make sure you get your recommendation letter, because I remember there are a couple things different for people that are first time ones. And of course, all that information is on the website,
Yes.
Right.
on the Facebook page that people can check out. And worst case scenario, they can always just message in and be able to ask to speak to one of you guys or
Right.
anybody that will be able to support with them.
Yeah.
Right.
But thank you so much
Thank
for this
you
so much for
conversation.
joining
And
us,
you're doing the
definitely.
great work of making things accessible. I
Yes.
think that's really important when it comes to being able to be licensed, employed, having capacity building, all these things, like having access to people, going to where they are,
Right.
and bridging that gap that sometimes
Right.
feels hard to bridge, right?
Right,
So
right.
hoping we get 2,000 more. Working on
It's like,
that.
what?
Yeah, I know. So with that, guys, we go to our next commercial break, and we'll be right back with more exciting conversations. Stay tuned.
Let's all be safe during the rainy season. Belize Electricity Limited reminds you that heavy rains can cause flooding in your neighborhood and on roads. Avoid driving or walking in flooded areas, which can have hidden dangers such as debris and fallen power lines. Belize Electricity Limited cares about your safety. Please stay safe.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Cherie Kelso, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Adira Craft.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss. Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Electricity powers our lives, but it must be handled safely and correctly. That is why it is not only important, but essential to be a licensed wireman. Being licensed means you are trained, tested, and trusted to do the job according to acceptable industry standards. To become a licensed wireman, the first step is to take the PUC Wireman License Exam, which is the only path to becoming officially recognized to carry out electrical installation and submission of electrical design plans to the PUC. PUC's Wireman License Exam provides evidence that the applicant possesses the necessary knowledge and expertise to be licensed in a specific profession or for a specific scope of work, assures the public that the person passing the exam is qualified to practice within the scope of the license without causing electrical safety concerns to the public. All individuals who have successfully passed the exam are issued a PUC wireman license according to their category. The PUC reminds the public, 1. Only a licensed wireman can submit your electrical design for approval. And 2. Choose a licensed wireman to ensure your electrical project is safe and up to standard.
Muy buenos dias, my Sunup on 7 family. Welcome to your Monday episode of Sunup on 7. Thank you so much for welcoming Renata and I into your space and our guests that come through today's show. If you miss any of our conversations, you can always go back and tune into our social media platforms to stay tuned, know who are our guests and what conversations they bring forward to the show. We went to an exciting conversation because Belize is hosting, for the first time, a regional golf tournament involving 7 Central American countries. To give us all these details, we have Dale McDougall joining us on our couch. Dale, good morning. How are you doing today?
Well, I just want to begin by saying thank you all for the opportunity to come on the set.
Anytime, darling. Anytime.
I know that I am welcome on the set. I hope that you invite me more often, Renata.
Well, once you're ready, because you that far. So that,
you know that I am born ready to do this.
If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
Right, exactly.
I have something to share with you. I'm a big fan of your voice. Yeah.
Yay!
I'm a big fan of your voice. Yeah.
No, you're making me blush this early in the morning.
I've always been a fan of yours, so it's so good to have you on the couch.
Thank you very much. No, seriously,
but
seriously, thank you all for having us this morning, having me this morning to talk about Copa Los Volcanes. This is, like as you mentioned, it's a very important tournament. Golf is a sport that's just getting some traction, just catching on. Just a few people know how to play it reasonably well, and so now.
No shade.
You know that's true. A shot out of me.
Actually, they say who the cap fits, let them wear it.
Well, I'm wearing it. Continue, darling. Traction, building it, you know.
Right. So, but
good one. She's like, oh, that cap it fits me so well. Anyway, so it's the regional golf tournament. You said it's creating attraction.
Right. So it's called Copa Los Volcanes. It's an event that's been. It started in 2017 or 2018, I believe.
Okay.
So it's a relatively young tournament, but this is the first time that Belize has the opportunity to host it. We were actually supposed to host it, I think, in either 2020 or 2021, but because of the pandemic, they had to postpone plans for that particular event. But now it's in Belize in 2025. So players from all 7 Central American countries, including Belize, will converge on the Roaring River Golf Course to participate in this tournament to take home the big trophy at the end of 4 days. It is exciting for several reasons. The fact that we are actually featuring a female team this time.
First time ever.
Right. So I'm particularly excited about that because I'm all for women specifically, given the opportunity to take up space. And if I can plug in that now, our team includes Samantha Neal, Viviana Salazar, Lucy Contreras, and Gabriela Ugarte. Those are the ladies that will be forming a part of the Belize team. And then the gentlemen will be Mr. Bill McKenzie, Lucky Nunes, Lorne Solis, Ray Garbett Jr., Edwin Serrano, and of course, head of the team is Mr. Rodrigo Barrera. And so they are the ones that will be hitting the green at Roaring River Golf Course. They will actually be teeing off relatively early on the morning of the 19th. The official ceremony takes place on the 18th. That's when we declare the tournament open. Really, this is an opportunity for not just the golf course, but certainly for us to consider golf tourism as an opportunity to generate revenue for the country.
That's a great.
One of the things that I mentioned before is that while the players will be coming from the other 6 Central American countries, they'll also be bringing families and their fans that will be coming. So there is lots going to be happening at the golf course starting again on the morning of the 19th. The ceremony opened. The opening ceremony takes place at the golf course on the 18th, which is on Wednesday of this week. So
big things that happen.
indeed, it is indeed.
And it's 4 days, like you mentioned
Right,
before.
4 days, yes. So Roaring River, just to give you a bit of a background in terms of the geography that we're talking about, this is located just off a couple of miles off the George Price Highway. You know where West Star gas station is? Okay, so there's a road that takes you to the golf course. It's about maybe a mile and a half in. The golf course itself is 9 holes altogether, but because it's a large tournament, it will be 18, so everybody will get an opportunity to do the entire course twice.
Okay.
Right? And ultimately, at the end of 4 days, we'll see who will be the victors of this particular tournament. I'm particularly excited. One, it's my first time seeing this golf at this stage, because there are a number of golf tournaments that happen every month, sponsored by corporate sponsors at the golf course. So Next Gen has done a tournament, Atlantic Bank has done a tournament, Santander has done a tournament. There's the Belize Open, which is
so clueless that takes place.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So this is So this gives me an opportunity to talk a little bit about all of that.
Golf awareness.
Yeah. Roaring River Golf. Right. Exactly. Golf. There's a lot happening in golf, and as I mentioned, it's an opportunity for the country to use this as an avenue to generate much needed tourism dollars.
Definitely.
And as I say, I'm pleased to announce that the Belize Tourism Board is one of our big partners on this tournament because they share that vision. Mr. Pete and Minister Anthony Mahler, we had a press conference about it and all that, and they outlined some of those things. Mr. Saul Barrera, one of the people working behind the scenes, ensuring that there is space for fans and there are opportunities for lots of interaction to happen. For example, 2-5 will be there, Johnny Walker will be there, Rude Boy will be there. Yeah, so it's
well planned out.
Right, it really is. And I imagine it would be like on sort of like National Agriculture Trade Show level in terms of the volume of people that will be there.
A whole legit tournament that's ongoing.
Indeed, it is.
So thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, because of everybody that's going to be there, like all these different companies, but it's also, people can go there and, support in person. Because it's going to be at the Roaring River Golf Course. If people are unable to make it,
if they're unable to, they can tune in exclusively on the national channel. We'll be presenting it for the 4 days. You can download the Next Gen app to access it. If you have our services in your home, you can also access this. And I believe that we'll be probably doing some streaming as well on our Facebook platforms. So
what
that
time more or less too as well for people to tune in?
So the official ceremony will be taking place on the night of the 18th. We're starting, I believe, at around 6:30. And then the tee-off starts pretty early on Thursday the 19th. We should be getting like a 7 a.m. start.
Ooh, okay.
Right. Because there are lots of players and we have to do the course at least twice for people to determine the winner then.
Wow.
So
I have to say, I'm completely clueless about golf. So like that hat that he threw, like really like went over my head. I'm like,
You have to do the course twice, or
and the holes and stuff. So for somebody that is really clueless, Dale, do you have any tips how you should follow golf?
So as somebody that I'm trying to figure, as somebody that's
I'm
learning.
sorry for putting you on the spot.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm
Somebody
like, how
that's
does this
learning
work?
the
Yeah.
sport myself. One of the best things to do is to take a look at the player who has the lowest scores, because normally because we have people that are tracking scores and that kind of thing. The sport of golf is sort of like self-scoring, self-referee. There's no referees and stuff like that.
Okay.
So you have to it's sort of to test your accountability too as a player. So once those scores are uploaded, it's automatically shown on the screen. So those who are just below par are the ones that are the players to watch.
You can't have big numbers. That's basically
right. That's basically it.
Yeah. Don't do the big. The lesser the number is, the higher you're up to as well.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Because remember, the whole point is like you're trying to get the ball in the hole, but then you have to make sure you're doing less hits, right? So you want to be as close as possible. So if you get it like the hole's here, you're knocking it, and then you want to do one more hit, that's like less points, so like less time trying to get the ball in the hole.
Right. That's the objective. Like.
There you go, bud.
Okay. 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 All right.
For somebody who's learning the sport as well, she did a pretty good job of explaining.
I've played it before, and
Right.
it's pretty fun. Like I said, I think it's a relaxing thing. I've never watched it competitively, and I think that would be a different exchange because like you're watching and you're like, of course you're gonna be feeling for Belize and everything, which I also just had a thought. Because Belize knows the course, do we have like a little advantage, would you think, or so forth?
In a manner of speaking, possibly. Usually there's always that home court advantage. But
true.
I do expect that the players from the rest of Central America will certainly bring their A game.
Of course.
Because they also have courses, they have access to courses as large or probably larger than Roaring River Golf Course, so they get the opportunity to practice. So I don't know that they won't bring their A game when they come, but I know that the team that Belize has put together, these are some of the best golfers in the business right now. They have won several tournaments throughout the last year. The ladies are doing particularly well in their discipline. So I'm excited to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, for sure.
Samantha is certainly somebody, certainly one of the players that I'll be watching very closely. Miss Viviana too. They are some of the stronger female players moving forward. So not sadly, I'll be there for the 4 days and I'll be getting to have the opportunity to see all of that up close. So I urge you all to come out to the Roaring River Golf Course to see all of it in action.
Yeah. And the fact that we're having the tournament hosted in Belize, I'm sure in one way or another, it can motivate people to get into the sport.
Absolutely.
Right?
Like,
yeah, and seeing the caliber out there, it's going to be very, very exciting. And knowing that there's a course for you to go and practice. I have like a wish. If you can at some point like connect us with one of these golfers and come on the show and maybe like help us to like learn how to swing.
Oh, you want to do? But we want to do after the tournament, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Let them.
We would love to have them
at some
come.
point it would be
I
good.
am pretty sure we can get that.
Yeah, I would like that.
I think Kevin really wants this.
Because I'm sure like you have to like stand a certain, from what I've seen, right? Stand a certain way, hold a. It's what they call like.
But it's also like what you're comfortable with too as well.
You have
different
golf clubs.
That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, you have different golf clubs too as well because golf clubs based on
see.
based on where you're standing. So like remember I said if like the ball is super close to the hole, you're not going to be using the same golf club that you're doing. It's like a really far distance too as well because of course the shape.
I'm so proud of you. All right, I see you, boo. All right. Yeah.
If there's one thing that you'll know about Renata, she's always well read before she comes onto the show.
I try to be. Sometimes click. Sometimes click. But I really want to implore people out there on a serious note to like, if you've never heard about golf or like really understood the sport, this would be a perfect time. If you can't tune into every single day, at least one day, because I think it's going to allow you to pique your interest. If you can pass by, bring your child or something to see as well. Stir it up a little bit.
Definitely. It also like allows the national players to feel the encouragement in the sport.
Absolutely.
And I think that's at the end that's like what we want, right? For people to feel the love, feel the support. It's the first time we're hosting it in the country, so it should be
so
big.
proud of us.
And I want to plug here as well that for people like Kevin that are very interested in learning how to play.
Yeah, definitely.
There are very many training opportunities.
Okay.
Access to the golf course. Yeah,
Yes.
they
Okay.
provide training.
All
The
right.
Belize Golf Association. There's a Belize Amateur Golf Association. These are just the people that are just learning, and then the other association. These are some of the more professional players. So yeah, they offer pretty good training and relatively frequent.
Very
too.
good.
So,
All right.
and then of course I have to plug the restaurant there at RR's. I mean, Miss Leticia and the ladies and gentlemen that work there, they ensure that the food is top notch, the drinks are flowing, and it's relatively cheap. So it would be
Very
good
affordable.
for people to.
You could just pick a
know that.
group of friends and go have a
Great.
tournament.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Dale, we thank you so much for joining us. We talk about Copa Los Volcanes, which is
Yes.
taking place from the 18th to the 22nd, which is this week.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there a cost associated for people that want to go and see it live?
No.
No.
You could just show up.
All right. Well, look at that. Okay. I love it. I love it. So, any last final note that we should have in mind as we wrap up this conversation?
Just again to congratulate and to encourage people to come out and enjoy the experience. And if they absolutely can't make it, they can tune in to TNC all weekend and they'll get live coverage of that.
Yeah.
And I want to also plug the national team, the ladies and gentlemen.
Please, yes.
We are cheering them on.
Definitely,
Hopefully that
yes.
the tournament trophy gets to stay in Belize at the end of this tournament. And again, to big up Miss Leticia and everybody there at the Roaring River Golf Course for being such excellent hosts. We're looking forward to this particular event, and we encourage people to tune in and participate.
Which country currently holds the cup?
That's a good question. I should know this, right?
Dale, I would think you would know,
I
but you know
should-
what? Give them their homework to look it up.
There we go. There we
Because
go.
you know what? You don't have to think for everybody. Sometimes, darling, they need to do their homework.
All right, that's
This
okay.
is-
That's okay. That's okay, Red. But Dale, thank you so much for joining us. And
Thank you both.
And I just want to say to the team that worked on this promo video that we're seeing, excellent job.
Excellent,
It's
yeah.
beautiful and really well done.
So I'm sure
commending your
that
team for that.
Trey and Eric and Arturo and the rest of the guys there at the National Channel will very much
Yeah,
appreciate the
so well done. I love it.
So
I
guys,
love it.
tune in. Remember, they're going to be having the ceremony on the 18th at 6:30, but then the actual tip-off is going to be at 7 a.m. on the 19th. That's this Thursday. So I know some people have been asking about it in the chat. Please tune in. Make sure you get yourself acquainted, and let's have some fun watching our team do their thing and shine their stuff, especially for our first time having ladies operate and have a team too as well. Exciting stuff on the way.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you so much, Dale, for coming in,
Thank you,
darling.
darling.
Thank
You're
you.
always welcome.
Thank you very much.
And
Thank
with
you,
that,
Kevin.
Thank you also.
we go to our next commercial break, and we are back with more exciting conversations. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Electricity powers our lives, but it must be handled safely and correctly. That is why it is not only important, but essential to be a licensed wireman. Being licensed means you are trained, tested, and trusted to do the job according to acceptable industry standards. To become a licensed wireman, the first step is to take the PUC Wireman License Exam, which is the only path to becoming officially recognized to carry out electrical installation and submission of electrical design plans to the PUC. PUC's Wireman License Exam provides evidence that the applicant possesses the necessary knowledge and expertise to be licensed in a specific profession or for a specific scope of work, assures the public that the person passing the exam is qualified to practice within the scope of the license without causing electrical safety concerns to the public. All individuals who have successfully passed the exam are issued a PUC wireman license according to their category. The PUC reminds the public, 1. Only a licensed wireman can submit your electrical design for approval. And 2. Choose a licensed wireman to ensure your electrical project is safe and up to standard.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the...
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Sheree Kelso, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Let's all be safe during the rainy season. Belize Electricity Limited reminds you that heavy rains can cause flooding in your neighborhood and on roads. Avoid driving or walking in flooded areas, which can have hidden dangers such as debris and fallen power lines. Belize Electricity Limited cares about your safety. Please stay safe.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Shiri Kelsel, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Monday episode of Sunup on 7. It's time for us to have one last and very exciting conversation. And we're joined by El Shaddai Seventh-day Adventist School, talking about their fundraiser for them to expand their school. It's a very interesting fundraiser. I'm sure it's going to pique your interest for you to join us. And on our couch to give us all these details, we have Ms. Jeremiah Kukul, the president of the PTA. Mr. Jeremiah, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today on Sunup on 7. And we're also joined by Ms. Esme Correa, the principal of El Shaddai Seventh-day Adventist School. Ms. Esme, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. I bring this exciting conversation to Sunup on 7. It's
something new, because we're having a kind of conversation before, talking about like what this fundraiser looks like, of course, what's the contribution going to be put towards, which is really a beautiful cause too as well. For anytime when you think about education and making sure spaces are safer, more innovative, more beautiful and everything too as well. So let's go into that before we even get into what the fundraiser is going to be looking like, right? So why do we need to have a fundraiser in the first place? What has drawn us to think outside the box and say, we got to raise this money when it comes to this school?
Yeah.
Ms. Esme?
Okay. Shaddai Grammar School is a small school. And we do not have space to house all the classrooms in a separate room. Currently, we have partitions housing one classroom inside the auditorium, the main building. So we have a building, however, it is not in proper conditions to house our classrooms as yet. So the fundraiser will go towards completing the building and making sure that it is safe for learning to take place. And Mr. Kukul, the president of our PTA, came up with this idea. He says fundraisers take a lot of time, and we do not want to go taking little steps. So he said, let's do this.
And we need a classroom urgently.
The classrooms are very important, yes, and he wants to do this for us, and we are very grateful for his initiative. And I believe that it will help us to help our children and provide a better space for them.
Very good. Do you have an estimated cost about what it would take for this building to come up?
Okay.
What is it?
The estimate given to us is $25,000.
Okay.
So
okay.
That is what we are hoping.
Very good.
And praying to
to get that, and maybe more. I'll each home change. Nobody begs for a little extra.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with a little extra, right? Nothing wrong with that. But Mr. Kuku, I want to bring you into this conversation and dive into your brain, really, to think about, okay, we got to raise some money. We got to do it in a small period of time. We have to make this exciting. Let's talk about all of that and your mind and how we're doing now what we're doing.
Yes, so like Miss Correa said, when I was thinking, my mind was going, how are we going to raise this fund? We need this amount of money. We are doing some work, and we're raising some fund, but little by little they're trickling in. But at the moment, Miss Correa said, oh, we need a classroom. We need students to get in this classroom. So I said, okay, I was thinking, what should we do? So I said, okay, I run. So why not do something like that? And I said, okay, I'll run from 6 miles, Dangriga Junction, to Belmopan.
Which is about how much miles?
That's about 49 miles.
49 miles.
Approximately 49 miles.
Approximately.
Yes. And it will be a run and walk.
Definitely a walk for some people.
Yes. And it's going to be, I will start at 4 a.m. in the morning. The plan is to get more audience, to get more people connected. We'll be on Facebook, live on Facebook, on El Shaddai's Facebook page.
He's nice, okay.
And probably motivate somebody. If you see us along the road, come walk, come run with us.
Nice.
And that's the plan. For now, we have if you want to donate to the school, we have a bank account, El Shaddai bank account, but at the moment, I'm currently in the process of doing a GoFundMe page, but it's a bit difficult to deal with it, but I'll get it done, and then I'll put it out on our Facebook page as well.
Very good, very good.
Yes.
So it's a run, walk, fundraiser.
49 miles.
49 miles, starting from 6 miles on the Dangriga Junction all the way to Belmopan. Starts at 4 a.m. A very scenic route.
Yes.
Very beautiful.
A very tough one, too.
Very tough.
Yeah, so it's definitely a test of commitment also, right?
It's a big commitment.
All right, and you're inviting everybody that wants to join you along the way to come up and join you. Very well. Okay.
So people that, hear this conversation, they want to be able to be a part of it, want to help support with money. Where can they go specifically? Do we have the Facebook page, or do you have a number that they can call to get more details about it too as well?
Yes, for the run, you can reach out to me personally. My number is 632-2754 on WhatsApp. Send me a text, give me a call.
2754.
Yes.
Okay, for those of us on television, because I'm going to put it in the chat for the people, but television and YouTube, 632-2754.
Okay. And Miss Correa's number as well?
Our Facebook page is El Shaddai SDA Primary School. And my number is 620-1288.
Okay. All right, and this fundraiser is to expand the school.
Expand the infrastructure.
Infrastructure of the school.
Properly house our classrooms.
How big is your student population?
We have 134 currently, from preschool to standard 6.
Wow, okay, that's a good number of students. Yeah, and your child is in which class?
She's in Form 2.
Okay,
in Form 2.
All right.
So as the president of the Peers and Teachers Association,
I can see why you're investing.
Yes, I have to take action. We have to take action as the PTA. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and I love the collaboration between the PTA and the school, right? I think that's a very necessary partnership for you to be able to improve the education to your children. So this is really beautiful to hear. All right, so as we start wrapping up this conversation, any last words you would like to share, invitation for people to join you in this, as you're starting the race?
Yes.
All right.
I will start the race at 4 a.m. Like I said, we'll go live on Facebook. And if anyone is listening, anyone watching, if you want to come along, it's say, okay, I want to go run 2 miles, 3 miles, or catch me halfway, or probably when I'm at Belmopan, entrance of Belmopan, you want to run or walk, I welcome you.
Yeah.
Come along.
I love that.
All right, this is taking place on June 26th.
It will be on Thursday. It will be on Thursday.
Thursday, June 26th.
Yes. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a long one.
At 4 a.m. in the morning.
4 a.m. in the morning.
Thursday, June 26th. We're starting off at 6 Miles Junction for Dangriga, and we're going to be finishing at Belmopan. For people out there that want to be able to just, even if it's a couple miles or so forth, running, walking, or so, they can be able to join and of course register with you guys and just have a conversation about that, or just donate.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna, if you do have the GoFundMe that he's started, you're gonna be posting it because we've posted on the, we've tagged the Facebook page, El Shaddai Seventh-day Adventist School. That's the name of the Facebook page for people that wanna stay in contact. Right?
Yes.
Right. Any last words, Ms. Esme?
Thank you in advance to all those who will help us raise the funds that we need. And thank you, Mr. Kukul, once more for that great initiative. I don't know, we spoke about, that's that's a long run.
But that's a lot.
Yes.
I wasn't thinking you crazy.
Yes, we pray that everything comes out well. And yes, he has been told you're putting your life at risk, in danger. But we pray for divine guidance, and the run will be completed successfully.
Yes. Amen.
Yes.
Definitely.
And we get the amount that we're looking for.
And more. Pray for that.
Yes.
Definitely do.
Right.
But again, thank you so much for taking initiative, for making sure these things happen. And of course, for people out there that are hearing in conversations, and it tugs on their heart when it comes to education and children and being able to have these spaces.
If you're a runner, if
you're a
walk,
runner, please by all means make a donation. Every little thing comes a long way. Whatever you can give in your space, tell a person that you know would be able to appreciate this conversation and be able to donate to as well, because we put the numbers, both numbers, in the chat as well as the Facebook page, so there's ways to contact them, and we remind you that every small thing does matter from you. But again, thank you for this conversation.
Thank you for having us.
All the best.
Thank you.
June 26th at 4 a.m. 49 miles. I keep repeating it because I'm just like, I'm listening to myself.
And hats off to you for starting the race, for taking
Thank
about the
you.
initiative. We need more parent role models like you that take the priority of their child's education very serious.
So
and
happy
are thinking
Father's Day to
outside
you.
of Happy Father's Day. Yeah, wow, you are exemplary. So
yeah, definitely.
thank you. Great job.
And with that, we've come to the ending of the show too
come
as
to the
well.
end of the
Time
show.
is wrapped up.
You
It's
sure?
8:27,
You sure?
babe. Oh, you want to give more? You want to give more time?
3 minutes is good.
3 minutes is good. So we definitely have to just thank all the amazing guests that we had that graced us on this couch. We talked to BTB about their soon-to-be tour guide licensing clinic that are coming up June 1st to 31st. You can check out their Facebook page as well as their website to see what are all the criteria that you can be able to apply for your license. This is for new renewals and first-time applicants too as well. And they're going to be all across the country, like literally they touch every place, and they're coming to you. So if you hear this, it tugs in your heart and you want to be able to be a part of that, please make sure you reach out to them and find out the different locations. We also want to thank Dale McDougall, who came on to talk about the golf tournament that's happening right here, June 19th. It's kicking off at 7 a.m. You can be able to download NextGen's app and be able to watch it from there. They're also going to be streaming live, but come out to the golf course too as well. That's by Roaring Creek area, and be able to enjoy a first-time tournament for Belize.
Yeah, take the initiative to support the teams that are going to represent our country. It's the first time that there's a female team also playing golf. So congratulations to all of them, and we wish you all the best on this tournament. We hope that the cup stays here in Belize.
Yes, we do.
Yep.
7 teams competing, and we hope we are that number one.
Yes.
And of course, then we have thank El Shaddai Seventh-day Adventist School coming to talk about their fundraiser for their school, creating these classrooms for these amazing babies to continue to be well educated and to have that correct space to learn in the way they need to learn too as well. They have their fundraiser coming up June 26th at the junction, at 6 Mile Junction for Dangriga, where they're going to be walking for 49 miles to get to Belmopan. And so we put the contact numbers and the Facebook page in the chat for you to reach out, donate, and be a part of something amazing.
That is true. That is true. It's Monday. It's a very big week. My birthday's on Thursday. Sunup on 7's anniversary special is on Friday. Stay tuned for how that anniversary is going to look like, because we're going to have a really great time. And we just want to thank you in advance. Thank you so much for making us company during the last 4 years that we've been airing. We've changed a lot. We've grown a lot. Definitely, we love our Sunup on 7 family that continues to grow. Ren, any last words from you?
Claudia is sweet me. She says, stop talking so fast, Renata. I got 2 minutes. I'm trying to wrap up, babe. I'm going to need you to listen faster, okay? Listen faster. Keep up. So No, I'm just going to remind people to check out the spaces that you guys are in, connect with people, you know, follow different pages to understand what's happening in your country, stay in tune as much as possible, and spread that light and share and blessing to every place that you enter in and every space you walk through.
Yes. And with that, it's 8:30.
It's 8:30 on the dot.
Claudia Usher, you got
and we
served.
leave you.
We love you so much. And join us tomorrow for another great episode of Sunup on 7. Bye-bye.
Bye.
A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You will discover how the world turns each day. When the sun comes up